Hello class, very good afternoon. So please give me a quick confirmation that I'm audible. The courses that you need to complete on the NASCOM site, I'll be dropping them in the chat box right now. So let me have a moment. Meanwhile, I'll just share your links. Let's just start the class within 5 minutes. Sorry for the delay, we'll be having some technical issues right now. Give me a moment. Yeah, you need to log into the assigned course and also the task which you are given. So we'll be sharing a link right now. Give me a minute. The moment I'll be sharing a link with you. So in the meanwhile, what are the classes that you're attending? So parallel, you need to complete these self-paced courses. So can I get a confirmation that from which topic you want me to start the class? So I've been told that we'll be discussing Python. So and what topic we'll be discussing Python? So we have to discuss about list tuples and list arrays. So if you're having any doubts, or if you're having the previous classes, you can ask us right now. So we'll be sharing that. So as discussed, I will be sharing few links in the chat and as well as the Q&A. So I want you all to complete this course in the NASCOM. So in NASCOM, we'll be having a future skills prime. So in this thing, I want you all to complete this course. So if it is completed, then we're good to go. Can you please confirm me again? I'm still facing the voice issues. So at the moment, I have shared two links with you. So one link with you in both the channels, one is in chat and also in Q&A. So I want you all to complete this link what I've given. So I mean, of when I mention links, I want you all to go to this link and complete the modules that represented the link. So these links contain the NASCOM certified courses that we'll be doing. So in this, we'll be having a Python basics course. So I hope you all go through this course after the session. So, and for today, we'll be only having a single link. We'll be sharing another link tomorrow. Yeah, that's correct, Shiva. So, for enrolling in this link which I have provided, you need to give the same mail ID that you used for this internship. So, regarding this course completion and everything, I will be assisting you in the next class. So whoever's saying that we have completed the first link, I'll be sharing the second link right away. Okay, after this class, I want you all to complete these courses. So one is for the basics of Python. After that, you'll be doing data analysis. So this data analysis, you'll be working on multiple tools. The first tool that we'll be using is Python. So this EDA is used in multiple domains what we're having. Suppose if we take an example of machine learning, data analytics, or some other domains in the future, what the current job roles that you're offering. So in every domain, we'll be using this exploratory data analysis. So coming to the point, what is exploratory data analysis? So this is a task that is being done whenever you're having a data. So whenever you do this exploratory data analysis, you will identify what are the null values, what are the some other missing values in something that is having some misinterpretation of the data. So whenever you find out that the data is not correct, you will be identifying the missing values or null values or whatsoever, and you'll be trying to correct the data. Whenever you're having the correct data, as you already know, you'll be getting the correct output. Okay. So if you're having some incorrect data, then you'll be getting incorrect output. That is the reason it is necessary for everyone to learn this exploratory data analysis. So in short term, we'll call this as ADA. So I want you all to complete this ADA course by tomorrow, or should or to take some time, you can complete this by day after tomorrow also. There's no rush in that. So as discussed, I want you all to give me some confirmation regarding the topics that you're having any doubts from the previous session. We have discussed about data types and some other basic concepts. So if you're good to go, then we'll go to the list, tuples, and some other things. Give me some response in the chat, guys. I hope I'm audible to everyone, right? Yeah, you'll be getting the certification for completing these courses. Don't worry about that. So we'll be starting session in a minute. So before that, I want you all to give me a quick confirmation regarding this voice audible or not. So I'll be having few messages that voice is not audible to few of you. So just a small message, whether it is yes or no. If it says, then you're good to go. You need to complete the courses that you have enrolled in. And also regarding this group A fundamentals, I need to check with my team and I'll answer the query. So I have shared both the links in the chat. You'll be having a chat icon on the bottom. When you click on this chat, you'll be seeing both the links. So in the meanwhile, we'll be discussing about the Python basics. So not prescribing any target to complete the courses. So if you're completing that within a deadline that what you've discussed earlier, it will be grateful so that all of us who are discussing the session will be on same track. Yeah. So even though you are from pharmacy background, so what are the classes that we are discussing? We are discussing from the scratch. Okay. You don't need to have any prerequisites for this course. What are the things that we are discussing? Even 12th standard person or a 10th studying or 10th studying person can understand the courses what we are having right now. And coming to the links, I'll be sharing everything within this meet, whatever we're having, we'll be sharing the links. So don't worry about that. So as discussed, if you're on the same track, then we'll be going with the courses. So if not, we need to wait for everyone to complete. With a participant, we are a group of 250. So if every one of us completes the task early than everyone, so we'll be sharing the links well before. I've shared those two links again. So if someone from you missed this links in the chat, so please go through those links and complete the courses. I hope all of your doubts are solved. Then shall we get into the session? There's no deadline for the courses that were mentioned in the chat. So based on your own phase, I want you all to complete the courses. class right now or facing any doubts? Session right now, topics we are discussing are Python basics. Also, we have discussed the basics of Python yesterday. So, we do a course. We'll get it done until tomorrow. Till tomorrow, I want you all to, you all to get this course. If you're facing any issues regarding the course or you feel the course is very huge to complete the exam, then it may take some more time. There is no stay or there is no deadline as we have mentioned earlier. So, the things we are discussing right now is really based upon self-paced. So, if you are fast learner or if you are a slow learner, so that depends upon yourself. So, if you think you need to know everything in detail, then it can take some time. So, you to take your time if you want time. There is no rush. And in the meanwhile, if you're having a rush, you can ask us. But there is no rush to complete the process in the time deadline. Mhm. Okay. Please respond to things I'm talking right now. Can you hear me? Yes. No worries. Let's again. It's what was the tips you're having. Keep facing the issues or we're good to go. Are you having some audio right now? Can share. We'll be discussing about least couple and discussing questions. Those are the basics that we'll be doing.
So these things should not really learn. Yeah. So if you want to learn this relation, data science or some other things, these steps and things which all know. Those are made Python to big big command to find right now. The big how turning on the Python programming. But then I watched the most of the people say no, then position. Charter is important.
Guys, can you please check again? Is it okay right now? The voice issues that we're having. Is the issue resolved or are we still facing the issues? And regarding the screen, I hope everyone can see my screen, right? So if it is good to go, then we'll start the session within a minute. So if you look at the collab that we are seeing right now, the first thing that you're seeing is lists. The second thing that you're seeing is tuples. And the third thing that you're seeing is dictionaries. Whenever we talk about lists, tuples, and dictionaries, so remember the list will have a closed bracket. So what are the lists that you're having? They'll be having a closed brackets. Okay. So these brackets we're having is of open brackets. Under these brackets are flower brackets. So based upon the bracket types what you're having, we will define the data types. Okay, so if you think of this like L is equal to, I'll mention another list that is L1 is equal to 1, 2, 3, and I can also define S. No. If you want to know what is the type of list, then what will you be doing? First, let me print what is L1. Okay, let's take it slow. We first discuss about the numerical thing that we have in the list. Okay, now coming to tuples, we can also mention 1, 2, 3 in tuples. Okay, so we'll also see what is the difference. Coming to dictionaries, we'll be having key value pair in dictionaries. So suppose imagine this D, we'll be giving D like so this is what you'll be seeing. So let me just tell you what at what purpose we are using this and why we are using this. The first thing you're seeing is list. I hope everyone can see this thing. Okay. So if you are seeing this thing, yeah, I will share the recording sessions. Don't worry about that. And we'll get into the deep also Venkata Subhashini. Okay, don't worry. So first, what are lists? Can anyone from the class tell me what are lists? Lists are ordered, changeable, and these are the data types that will allow duplicates. Okay, so whenever you're seeing lists, lists are ordered lists. Whenever you're having a list, it will be an ordered thing, and also it's a changeable thing. Okay, so that means whenever I mention changeable, why we are calling it changeable? Because suppose if you're seeing L1, okay, now if I want to print L1 of 0 as someone from the class wanted to do that, so I'm currently using Google Colab. This is a compiler provided by Google. So print L1 of 0. Okay, the exact thing that she mentioned. Print L1 of 0. Let's just go there. Let's just see what happens. So here it says that list object is not callable. Okay, so that is what when you're having iteration error. Okay, when you're having this iteration error, you'll be seeing this thing. So we'll be calling in other format. Let me show you how we'll be calling this L1. Okay, now whenever I mention this open brackets, list is not taking as a index. Okay, now whenever I represent this 0, so Subhashini, the thing which you've done is incorrect. The reason is because you have open using this open brackets, the normal brackets that we'll use in a day-to-day texting. So coming to this close brackets, so this bar brackets, why do we use this bar brackets we'll be using for indexing purpose. Whenever you want to define an index, you'll be using this bar brackets. Okay, so as I want to know what is the list, what is the index of 0. So I hope you all know what's indexing. So if you want to count from 1 to 5 using your fingers, you'll start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But in types of machines, machines will count 0 also. Okay, machines will count from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is the reason we are giving this 0. Now if you want to give it as 1, now it will print me 2. Okay, so if you look at this, as per a human reading, you will call it as 1, 2, 3. But coming to the machine purpose, you will be calling it as 0, 1, 2. So this is called as indexing. Whenever you're having a list, tuple, dictionary, and some other types of data types, we'll be having indexing. So in these indexes, whenever you want to go from the start, we'll go from the first index. So coming to first index in human readable format, that is 1. Coming to the first index in machine readable format, that is 0. So whenever I type this 0, I'm getting this 1. Okay. Because of 1, shall we type this A. Okay. So if I type this 0, I'll be getting A. Okay. Now, why we call it as mutable? That is, we have discussed that list is. I have discussed that list is changeable or mutable. Okay. List is changeable. By means of list is changeable. What is list is changeable? So whenever you want to print this L1 of 0, okay, this is L1. Okay, this is L1, or you can just directly call it as some other name. And directly call it as list. I'm naming my list as list itself, but with the double T. Okay. Now, whenever I want to call the first element that is present in my list, I'll be calling with a list of 0. But now I found out that this is an incorrect thing. Okay, the A which I'm having is incorrect. Now what I want to do, I want to change this to list is equal to B, comma 2, comma 3. Okay, so instead of doing everything, what you're doing, you're redefining the list again. So you might think this is a better option. But coming to this thing, if you're having a list of 3 elements, okay, it's a well-based approach. But coming to list that we're using in software companies, whenever you get into a real world company like Google, Microsoft, Accenture, Infosys, so at that places, whenever you're using list, you'll be having thousands of records. Okay, now whenever you want to change a record, whenever you want to change a 50th record or 107th record in the list, you can't do the entire thing. So what you'll be doing is you'll be directly defining the thing as list of 0 is equal to B. Now what we are doing is whenever you use a single bracket, you are assigning the thing. Okay, the difference between single bracket and multi bracket is single bracket. Just comment this. Single bracket stands for assigning. Okay, coming to multi bracket, stands for checking conditions. Okay, so single bracket stands for assigning and multi bracket stands for checking conditions. I hope it's clear. We'll also have this thing that is not equal to. We'll be using this symbol. Okay, whenever you feel that it is not equal, it also stands for checking conditions. But it will stand for whether checking condition is false. Okay, so based upon the is equal to whatever you're doing, you will be changing the assignments. So coming to the thing, what I'm doing right now is I'm assigning this B to index of 0. So whenever you want to print this B again, so not the B, whenever you want to print this list again, you'll be seeing the B. That is because we are assigning this attribute with a new element. So let me just tell you why we got an error in the earlier thing. So whenever I define this thing, okay, whenever I define the list is equal to 1, comma 2, comma 3, and I've described yes and no, right? Okay. Now the reason why I'm described why we got an error in this thing, okay, why we got an error when we are discussing this yes and no, because this yes and no stands for nothing. Because whenever you want to define a character, you need to mention the character in columns. Okay, not the columns. You will be using these symbols. Okay, so you'll be using the symbols to mention it. Okay, now whenever I want to print this list, okay, I will just directly do this thing. Now if you see this thing, you'll be seeing this 1, 2, 3, and yes and no. Okay, if you print this list, print of well, that is what are the list that you have defined. If you print this thing, you'll be seeing 1, 2, 3, yes and no. Okay, now you can understand that list is not a homogeneous type. Okay, the data type of list, that is not a homogeneous thing. You'll be having a heterogeneous type of data types. Whatever the data types that you're having in list, these are heterogeneous, not homogeneous. You're having characters and numbers as well. Whenever you're only having one character, then we'll be using as homogeneous. But coming to the thing that we're using right now is heterogeneous. Okay. So remember the thing, what is list stands for? Okay. Lists are heterogeneous and changeable and ordered, and the one thing is it will allow duplicates. Let me show you this one also. Let me just type S again and a numerical character 1. Now you can see that it's printing 1, 2, 3, yes, no, yes, 1. Now you can understand that lists are heterogeneous, changeable, and ordered. It will allow duplicates. Okay, so this is the actual thing what is list meant for. The thing we are discussing next is tuples. Okay, so why we are using tuples? So we use tuples when you want to show a fixed collection of items that shouldn't change. Okay, whenever you think that these are the fixed items that will not change in the future, then you will be using tuples. So why we are using this condition is because tuples are the thing which will not allow you to change. So as we are seeing this thing called as first list is defined with A, 2, 3. Next again, I've defined this list of zeroth index, that is this one, will be B. Okay, now what we are doing, whenever I print this thing again, list of 0, it is telling me that the value of A is changed from A to B. Now if you look at this tuple, want to do the same with tuple. Okay, let me just show you how it does, how it performs. Okay, I want to make it A again. Tuple object does not support item assignment. That's the thing you are seeing because tuple is immutable. Okay, tuples are immutable. That means, sorry, that means what are the things that you're having in tuple? These are not changeable. Once you define a tuple, you cannot change it again. Okay, that is what tuple stands for. So let me show you what this T of 0 stands for. So T of 0, okay, coming to the T of 0, that is 0th element, that is 1. Whenever you want to change this to A and when you try to print this again, it will show you an error because tuple assignment is not supportable. So the things that you're having in tuple is same as list. Okay, tuples are also ordered. Okay, tuples are also ordered. Tuples are also, will also allow duplicates. And tuples are mostly known for immutable. Yes, type this in capital. Okay, so I'll also show you this example. That thing. So whenever you're printing this T, you're not just printing this T. Okay, you're not just printing this elements inside T. We are calling the T. Okay, whenever we try to print something, we'll not just directly go to that thing and retrieve that in the compiler. But what we'll do is we'll just call the tuple or call the list and we'll check what are the values that you're having and we'll print the thing. So the thing that you're having is tuples are ordered, allows duplicates and immutable. So if you look at this, you can understand that tuple will also allow duplicates. But the thing it is differentiated between lists are it is immutable. Once you have defined in list, you can also change it in the next step. But coming to tuples, you cannot change once you have defined it. We understood this thing. And as you all know, tuples are immutable. Okay, so when tuples becomes immutable, tuples are faster. Okay, tuples are faster due to immutable function. So you might think, what is the advantage of this thing? Once you define, we need to change it, right? Humans will make mistakes, machine will make mistakes, everyone will make mistakes. There's no perfect thing in the entire world. Then why do we need to have tuples? So the best example I can give you is digital payments. Whenever you're making a payment, okay, whenever you're making some payment, like suppose you've gone to a juice shop or a restaurant and you made a payment of 500. So whenever you make a payment, this payment is stored in the, okay, it's an example that is not the entire thing that's being done in the banks and everything. I don't know how bank works. I don't know how IB and everything works. Okay. So whenever you make a payment, that payment that you're having, 500 rupees or 1000 rupees, it will be stored in tuple because it's not changeable. Even though if your friend sends you back, this 500 will get added. That means the history that you're having is not deletable. If you go to PhonePe, Google Pay, Paytm, or some other apps that you're having, so what are the UPay app? What are the bank statements that you're having? These bank statements are not deletable or not changeable. Suppose I made a payment of 500 from my father's account. Okay, but my father don't know that I made a payment. Now to change this thing, what I will do is, if the payment is stored in list, I can change the payment from 500 to 50 rupees. And if my father asks, I'll just tell him some random reasons because as it is some small amount, he'll not care. But coming to 500, so if he find out that I made some 500 payment, and if this payment is stored in tuple, so if it is stored in tuple, it is immutable. I cannot change it. Then result you all know. So that's the main result that we'll be having. Coming to dictionaries. Okay. So dictionaries is mostly known for key value pairs. Okay. Dictionary is mostly known for key value pairs. And the thing is, there is no duplicates. Okay. So you can also take the bank example again. Why we need this dictionary is because whenever you made some payment around 500 and your bank balance is about 1000. Okay. So whenever you make a payment, the payment needs to be stored in a single record, not multiple records. If it gets stored in multiple records, what we'll be doing is we will be debiting our money more than the payment that we made. Suppose, as I told you, that if your bank is having 1000 rupees and you made a 500 rupees payment, then you need to have 500 in your account. But if you're having duplicates in the banking statements, 500 will also be debited because of the duplicate values. So to avoid this thing, we'll be having dictionaries. The keys are the main thing that will not allow the process to happen. Duplicate keys are only unique, no duplicates are allowed. Okay, all keys are unique. So let me show an example. So what are the things that you're having? Okay, so English is a language, biryani is a food. Okay, that is what we know. I know that is what I know from my childhood. English is a language and British, sorry, not British, biryani is a food. Now what I want to do is, I want to know what is English. Okay, now what I'll be doing, I'll be printing just, okay, it already came. Now what I'll be doing, I will directly printing what is English. Whenever you print the value of key, the value will appear. Okay, as we are seeing this, it's a key value pair. A means of key value pair. This is what key and value represents. So you can map this. English is key and value is language. Okay. Now if I try to print this, okay, creating this error because the mapping will only be done with the help of keys. Want to look at the transactions. Okay, you have made multiple final transactions, but you want to know the transaction which you made today. Now, what is the thing that you'll be searching? The date filter you'll be applying in the bank statement. So just like that, whenever having multiple records of same values, you need to have a key. This key will differentiate entire values that we're having. So example, if you're taken, you also take this biryani. Now, you can take this example. Like we are getting food. Coming to this small p. Whenever you're having this small p, you can imagine that is only a small cap error. You're having capital letters, small letters. Okay. Now, what are the backend characters that you're having? Machine does not understand English. Machine doesn't know Telugu. Machine doesn't know Hindi. Okay, it doesn't know Spanish or every language. Machine only understands and interprets binary codes. What are the zeros and ones that we're having? It will understand and will try to answer in zeros and ones. Okay. Now, what it is doing is it is converting this biryani into a code and it is sending to the backend. So, in the IDE or the compiler, this biryani is being converted into machine readable code. Okay. So, if whenever you're doing this, the capital V and small v will have separate characters and separate ASCII values. Whenever the ASCII value changes, everything in the equation changes. Okay. So I've discussed that lists can be updated, tuples cannot be updated. Now let's see this thing, like the dictionary, whatever we're having, can we update this thing or not? Okay. Now let's just take D of, let's take English is not a language. It is, let's take example of country. Okay. In olden days, we used to call in British as English. So let's take this thing and we'll print this T again. Sorry. Yeah, I think this. Now you can see that this thing can change the values. Okay. This thing can change the values, but the only thing that dictionary will not allow to do is printing duplicate, not printing, allowing duplicate values for the keys. Okay. Now we can change values even though we have defined it. That means dictionaries will be in key value pair, no duplicates of keys, and it is unordered and it can be changeable. Okay, I hope you understood this thing. So the things that we're having is just the basics. So whenever we are discussing some complex programming, I'll assure you that I'll share the notebooks. But as you can see, these are the small basics for every programming. You can just find them out in everywhere throughout the web. So regarding the recording sessions, please contact the operations team. Okay, please contact the channel of the group wherever you're present and ask a mentor to share the recording sessions. And don't worry, I'll be sharing them in the next session. I'll be checking with my team about the progress of recording sessions, and if they're completed, then we'll likely share them with you. Okay. So give me a confirmation that you understood what are lists, tuples, and dictionaries. So let me just recap what we have discussed. Lists are ordered, mutable, that means we can change. Duplicates are allowed. We can access them with the help of index. Okay. So coming to tuples, tuples are also ordered. Tuples are not mutable. That means we cannot change tuples. Duplicates are also allowed, and also we can access with the help of index. Coming to dictionaries, dictionaries are not ordered. Okay, mutable. Yes, they are mutable. Okay, so we can change them once we have assigned. You can understand by looking at this example also. But duplicates, key must not be duplicates. Okay, you can take another thing. Let's take share this thing. Sorry, share this thing. Okay, so Telugu is also a language. What I'll be doing is, okay, now you understood that even though the value is same, LAN GUAG, so even though the value is same, it is allowing, but the only thing it is not allowing is whenever we're having same key values. Okay, so if you're having defining the thing multiple times, what it is doing, we're just taking single thing. Okay, it's taking the single thing. Now, if we define this English as something that we had discussed earlier, okay, so now it will do is we'll just take the recently assigned thing. Okay, so if we just remove this one also, now it will get back to the basics. English is language, but as you can see that whatever we have described in the end that English is country. So what are the latest changes that you have done? What are the recent changes that you have done? Based upon the recent changes only, this dictionary will get updated. Okay, I hope it is understood by everyone. Lists are flexible and they are in order. They allow duplicates. Tuples is mostly used for safety purposes whenever you don't want to change something. And dictionaries are used for looking values with the help of keys. So guys, give me a quick confirmation that you understood this thing or not. I need some messages type in the chat box that you understood these examples and topics. So if it is completed, then we'll go with other topics. Or if you want to get deeper into lists, how lists are accessed, how tuples are accessed, then we'll go with in-depth topics. Sorry guys, I didn't check that my voice is on mute. Dumbest mistake I've ever done. So let me just go back and explain me. So can you please help me? Where did I muted myself? Like, they have to explain this again entire sets, or they just break in the middle. I don't know at what point I've muted myself. Thank you for the confirmation. So let's define what is sets. Okay, sets are nothing but same thing, unordered, no duplicate values, and mutable. That means we'll be using add or remove functions for adding or removing. So coming to sets, what is the difference between sets and dictionaries are? We'll be using sets for multiple functions. That is union, interaction, difference. Okay. So if you're having any math in your class or something, you'll be having a diagram like this. Okay, you're having a diagram. Let me show that. So if you're looking at this, you'll be understanding what is sets. Okay, if you look at this diagram, there is a middle part what you're having is called as intersection. This both at the T and F circles. You can either name T and F, or you can either name AY, AB, XY, or some other thing. So whenever you're taking the sets, you'll be having unordered. Okay, that means there'll be no order, no duplicates, and mutable. That means if you look at this, x dot add of 5, s dot add of 5. That means we're adding 5 to both ends. Now 1, 2, 3, 5 will appear, and 3, 4, 6, 5 will appear. Okay. Now look at the thing that is print s dot union of x. That means what are the things that you're seeing in this tab? A, B, A union B. Symbol represents what are the U that you're seeing? It represents union. Okay, A union B represents 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is because 3 is repeated 2 times. Whenever a value repeats 2 times, this union will not carry the value. Only the intersection will carry the repeated values. Whenever you're having no repeated values, then you'll be using union. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 6. So what we're seeing right now is s dot x. That means what the values that we're having in s are they present in x. If it is present, then we'll print it. What are the values that are present in s? We are checking if the values are present in x. If there is unique, not the unique, if there are multiple duplicate values that are defined in both the sets, then we'll be printing these intersections. And coming to x, difference s, whenever you're performing some difference between x and s, that means whenever you want to perform this minus operation, okay, that means x minus y. That means if you look at this, x is 1, 2, 3, 5, s is 1, 2, 3, 5, x is 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, if you want to perform, let me show that off again. X is equal to 3, 4, 5, 6. And s is equal to 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay. Now, if I want to minus between x and s, that means we are calculating first minus in s. 4, 5, 6. We are having 5 common again. We'll eliminate all the common values. Then what is left behind? 4, comma 6. Okay. Whenever we perform this x dot difference of s, that means what are the values that are present in x and what are the values that are present in y? Are they having a difference? If we are having a difference, we only need to print the values of x, not of s. We don't care about the second element. Whenever you're performing this sets operation in Python, we don't care about the second element. We'll only care about the first element, and we'll only care about how much it will take care of the entire data set. Okay. If you look at this x difference s, we'll be getting the value of 4, comma 6. But whenever you take this s there and x again here, we're seeing 1, comma 2. Okay, we're seeing 1, comma 2 because from this will become front and this will come back. Okay, from 1, comma 2 we're minusing 4.6. That means 1.2 is greater. Then we'll show 1.2. Okay. Okay, I hope you understood this thing right now. I didn't get you guys whenever you mentioned entire sets. Please help me understand that. Guys, did you understand the topic which you have discussed right now? That this topic is called as sets. This is mentioned as unordered list. Okay. Whenever we define about ordered list, we'll define about tuples and list. Whenever we talk about unordered list, we'll talk about dictionaries and sets. If it is satisfied that you understood the topic, then we'll go back to the next topic. Then we'll go on to the next topic. Guys, give me some response that what are the topics you have discussed until now? Are you facing any queries regarding the topics, or I hope like if it is understood by everyone, then it is great, well and good. So as we have started the class with some delayed time, let me just confirm with my team what is the time to end the session. So based upon that, we'll plan the session next topic that we'll be discussing. So coming to union, what are the things that we're having in the entire sets that will be okay? Hope I'm audible this time. Yeah, my mic is turned on. Thank you. So coming to this union, what is the things that we're having in entire two sets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that will be coming. But coming to intersection, intersection is nothing but common points. What are the common points that is between set X and set S? What is the common point that is between S and X? That is 3 and 5. Okay, let me just show you this example. So if you look at this screen, union intersection, we are having 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay, and coming 2, 4, 5, 8. And the common thing that we're having in both the thing is 4 and 5, 4 and 5. Now, whenever you represent it in sets format, sets is something like this 3, 7, 4, 5, 2, 8. So, the inner circle, whatever you're seeing, this inner circle is called as intersection. Okay, this inner circle is called as intersection. Okay, whenever we talk about A minus B, we'll only get this part. Okay, we'll only get this part, not with the intersection also. We'll minus the intersection and we'll only get this 3 comma 7. Okay, coming to this B, if we discuss about B minus A, then we'll only get 2 comma 8. But coming to A dot B, A intersection B, then we'll get 4 comma 5. So I hope it is understood right now. Give some response. Guys, if you're having was issues again, then we'll end the session today. And from tomorrow, we'll take care about this technical issues that we're having. So please forgive us for today. And I request you all to complete the 2 self-praise courses that I have given in the session. So how the attendance is taken is with the help of Zoho meeting that we're having. So what are the Zoho meet? It does is on the mail ID what you're logged in. So suppose if you're logged in with ABC mail ID. So this ABC mail ID needs to be present with the entire meeting. So as we're having some delay today, I don't know how this works, but coming to the meet that we'll be having daily, this meet is scheduled for 2 hours. Every day we'll be having this meet for 2 hours. So whenever we are having this meeting, this Zoho will check whether your mail ID is present between these 2 hours. Once I launch this session, whenever I launch this session, from that point of time to how much point of time the session is handling. So if you look at this example that we're having today, I have launched session today at around 2:40. Okay, so I'll be ending the session within about 10 minutes. So in this period, if your mail ID is present in the Zoho, then it will be considered as present. If not, your Zoho will automatically cancel your mail ID as absent and will share the attendance sheet with us. I hope you guys understood this one. So what Zoho does is it will check whether your mail ID is present in the meet for the entire meet. How much time you are staying, it will have a predefined criteria. So based upon the criteria, we'll be checking your attendance and we will not monitor your attendance. Automatically, we'll be getting that with the help of AI. So the session timings are regular. It's around 2 to 4. But today, due to some technical issues we're having, we have delayed the meet for 40 minutes. Yeah, but from tomorrow, we'll be having a regular sessions from 2 to 4. Don't worry about that. And how the attendance is calculated is based upon your mail ID. You will be logged in with the mail ID, right? Suppose if I'm logged in with this meeting, I'll be using some XYZ mail ID. So this Zoho, what it does is it will analyze how much time this XYZ is present in the meet. So by taking with the help of your mail ID, it will check for how much time this mail ID is present in the meet. Okay, so my team will define a predefined criteria. Suppose if you're having a 2 hours of meeting, they will set the criteria for 1 hour 40 minutes or 1 hour 50 minutes. So if your mail ID is present in the meet for this particular time, then your attendance will be marked as present. If not, you'll be marked as absent. So I have already shared few links in the chat. So with the help of these few links, you are eligible to form some courses or join the AI fundamentals in NASCOM. Okay, I have shared them again. And I request you all to complete these courses based upon your self-paced. So regarding the attendance tracking for students, I'll check with my team how we will calculate as per student point of view. So I have to check. So we'll be having separate team for this entire meeting scheduling and this attendance and everything will be taken care of some other person. So I need to get in contact with that person and I need to check with him. But as per now, so I'll be repeating it again and again. There is no deadline for completing these courses. You need to complete this given two courses. That means the given two links within your own self pace. Okay, there is no prerequisite that you need to complete these courses within that particular deadline. There is no deadline defined, and there is no forcement for you to complete these courses within this particular period of time. As you are completing with your self pace, the main target of this self pace is to get you a particular exponential knowledge on these courses. Okay, that means we want you to have some knowledge on these courses, not to complete these courses by clicking on next button multiple times. Even though if you take it slow, we want you to understand what is happening in the course and how can we apply that in the real world scenario. Just having any more doubts, please ask them right now. So we'll be ending the session within 10 minutes. What are the technical doubts that you're having right now? I'll be solving them within a moment. But if you're having doubts regarding the links and everything, I need to check with the person who will perform all the activities regarding these things. What are the links that I have given you? I need you to go to the link and complete the modules. You'll be having some course in that. I need you to go complete the course, and there is no deadline for the course. So I need you to complete with your self-paced learning. How much capacity you're having. So if you're having more capacity, you can complete that by today itself. Or if you want to take it slow, you can complete that by tomorrow or day after tomorrow. There is no rush. Take your own time, complete the courses. Yeah, until the end of this program, you need to complete the courses that we'll be sharing. I think we are good to go, and I'll be ending the session. I hope that's good for everyone.